We are live, sir.
Hari Om. Sarvargo Namaskaraಗಳು. Prostrating at the lotus feet of Sadguru Brahmanishta Shrotriya Sri Virajeshwara Saraswati on behalf of all of us. Today's discourse on Viveka Chudamani will continue with the Mangalacharana shlokas. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. सदाशिवसमारम्भां श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिवेदा विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ॐ नमो भगवते विराजेश्वराय हरिः ॐ. Last time the verse or the shloka number 196 it was stopped. So today the shloka or the verse number 197, we will continue the discourse by the grace of Sadguru. Acharya is explaining to the disciple the highest truth by taking the Atma Anatma Nirupana Bhava. Now he is going to explain in detail about the highest truth itself. And in the last shloka, to recapitulate one line, what he said was, only by false identification, mithya jnana, the jivatva, the jiva bhava is superimposed on our own self-shining atmastatva. ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ಪರಂಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಸ್ವರೂಪನಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ನಿಷ್ಕಳಂಕನಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಆತ್ಮವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಜೀವಭಾವ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಬುದ್ಧಿ ತನ್ನ ಅಹಂಕಾರದ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಆವರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ದೇಹ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ, ಅದೇ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ, ಇದು ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ. ಈ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿಯಿಂದ ನಿಜವಾದ ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪವೇ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಈ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ತೊಲಗಿದರೆ ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪ ನಿಚ್ಚಳವಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೋದ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್, ಭ್ರಾಂತ್ಯಾ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತೋ ಜೀವಭಾವ ನ ಸತ್ಯ ಮೋಹಾಪಾಯೇ ನ ಅಸ್ತಿ. He mentioned that in the last shloka. Only by bhranti, by delusion, jiva bhava praptaha na satyaha. This jiva bhava is there in us, in all of us. What is the jiva bhava? I am the body. The buddhi and the mind has made it very clear, attached to the body. See, this is due to bhranti or delusion. So this is jivatva. This is only by bhranti, he said. Na satyaha, it is not real. It is not the truth. So this attachment to the body, he calls it as moha. When this moha goes away, when the attachment is cut, moha paye, na asti, avastu swabhava. Only when this attachment is completely cut, then everything gets clear, reality shines itself. That was the last shloka. ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಈಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೇ ಭಾವವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. यावद्भ्रान्तिस्तावदेवास्य सत्ता मिथ्या ज्ञानोज्जृम्भितस्य प्रमादात् रज्ज्वां सर्पो भ्रान्तिकालीन एव भ्रान्ते नाशे नैव सर्पोऽपि तद्वत् यावत् भ्रान्ति तावत् देवास्य सत्ता मिथ्या ज्ञानोज्जृम्भितस्य प्रमादात् रज्ज्वां सर्पो भ्रान्तिकालीन एव भ्रान्तेर्नाशे नैव सर्पोऽपि तद्वत्. Acharya is here giving one example, the famous example in the Vedanta, which is a very favorite for Acharya. With the same example, he is explaining again the same point. What is the example? We will listen to the example first. That is called in Vedanta Sarparajju Nyaya. There are so many phrases in Vedanta called Nyayas, idioms or phrases. One phrase is Sarparajju Nyaya. Last time I had said about long back. I'm just trying to recollect the point in your memories. So what does that mean, Sarparajju Nyaya? That means when you mistakenly observe a cut rope far away in a dim light on the road near your house or in the veranda, when the light is very dim, immediately the probability that I'll mistake it for snake. I will think it is snake. Then all the fearful consequences will appear in my mind. I'm confused. I'm afraid. Oh, there is a snake. The moment I go near with a torch or a light and observe, hesitatingly, of course, with all the fear in the mind, of course, when I go very near and near and near and observe, then only I will come to know it is not a snake, but it is only a rope, a cut rope. So I had a delusion thinking that rope is the snake. The delusion was cancelled. It was cut only when I went near to properly examine and identify what it is. So only when I examine, my delusion went away. I firmly understood that mistakenly I had thought that rope as a snake. So once the knowledge of rope dawns in, the unreal feeling of the presence of the snake is totally destroyed. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ, ಸರ್ಪರಜ್ಜು ನ್ಯಾಯ. ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಗ್ಗ ಬಿದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಕತ್ಲೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಸುಗತ್ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂದ ಬೆಳಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾವು ಅಂತ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಹೆದರಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಹಾವು. ಹತ್ತಿರ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಧೈರ್ಯದಿಂದ ಅದು ಹಾವಲ್ಲ ಹಗ್ಗ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ರಜ್ಜು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಗ್ಗ, ಸರ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾವು. ಅದು ಹಗ್ಗ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾದಾಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ಕಳೀತು. ಓ ಇದು ಹಾವು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ಹೆದರಿಕೆಯಿಂದ, ಆ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ಹೋಯಿತು. ಇದು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಹಗ್ಗ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಈ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರಜ್ವಾಂ ಸರ್ಪೋ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ಕಾಲೀನ ಏವ ಭ್ರಾಂತೇರ್ ನಾಶೇನೈವ ಸರ್ಪೋಪಿ ತದ್ವತ್. So just like during the delusory period, I mistakenly confused the rope for the snake. Now the delusion has gone. Now I'm out of the delusion by close examination. Now I know perfectly it is a rope, not a snake. So the knowledge of the rope has now entered my mind. Of course, it was rope only. By mistakenly, falsely, I identified that to the rope, to the snake. So it was my mistake. False identification, ajnana, adhyasa, bhranti. This is called mithya jnana. This is the unreal becoming, or we are thinking the unreal to be real. Mithya jnana. It is sort of a false identification. So we believe the falsity as a true. The truth is always there, unchanging. As long as I believe my falsity as a true, I always consider that as a rope only. So this is the example Acharya is taking here. Just like that, he says, Tadvat Rajvam Sarpo Bhrantikalina eva Bhranter Nashe Naiva Sarpa Naiva Sarpopi Na Eva Sarpa Api. Tadvat, in the same way. Tadvat means Ade Prakara. Yavat Bhranti Tavadevasya Satta Mithya Jnanojrambita Pramadhat. So, by false identification, by delusion, by wrong identification, as long as this identification wrongly is there, so it produces false jnana, mithya jnana. Just like we consider the rope to be snake only. So that is the example Acharya is giving here. He continues next. Anaditvam avidyayaha karyasyapi tatheshyate utpannayam tu vidyayam avidyakam anadyapi. Anaditvam avidyayaha karyasyapi tatheshyate. Tatha plus ishyate. Utpannayam tu vidyayam avidyakam anadyapi. So a straightforward shloka where Acharya mentions. So what he mentions here, even though this avidya, this ignorance, ajnana, due to maya. Please remember earlier it was said, the avidya word generally in English can be loosely translated as ignorance. Avidya means ajnana, ignorance. So at individual level, what is my ignorance? Avidya. It is there from the birth till the death. What is that avidya or ajnana? What is the ignorance I have? The ignorance is I totally believe that I am this body, mind, buddhi complex. I am this body with ego, mind and intellect. I am this body with mind, buddhi, ahankara complex, joined all together. So that is ajnana, avidya. At the collective level in the entire jagat, this ignorance of all people put together is commonly called by a collective word maya. So don't get always confused. These things should be remembered correctly in order to understand the shloka meanings as we proceed one after another. Remembering and recollecting certain meanings, I think it is better. I request some of us who will never understand and forget after the lecture to note down the meanings of the words. Otherwise, a lot of people will call me again and again, what is Sir Avidya? What is this ignorance? What is the difference between Avidya and Maya? Such questions will come. I will try to answer as much as possible. Anyway, Anaditvam avidyayaha karyasyapi tatheshyate utpannayam tu vidyayam avidyakam anadyapi. So it means avidya, this ignorance, is anadi, Acharya says. Idu anadiyagide. Ee namma ಮಿಥ್ಯಾಜ್ಞಾನ ಯಾವುದು? ಅವಿದ್ಯೆ, ಅಜ್ಞಾನ, ದೇಹವೇ ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಇದು ಅನಾದಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮಗಳಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅನಾದಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆದಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಷ್ಟಿದ್ರೂ ಸಹ ಇದು ಅನಾದಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ಪಟ್ಟರೂ ಸಹ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಜವಾದ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ಪನ್ನ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆಯೋ, ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಜ್ಞಾನೋತ್ಪತ್ತಿಯಾಗುತ್ತದೆಯೋ, ನಿಜವಾದ ಪರಮಜ್ಞಾನ, ಆತ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನ, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನ ಉತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆಯೋ, ಆ ಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಅವಿದ್ಯೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತಾನಾಗಿಯೇ ನಾಶವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. Acharya is making very, very clear in this shloka. Even though this avidya, ignorance, is beginningless, anadi, timeless, from so many births we are carrying this. What is that? We are carrying the point in our deep subconscious, deeper subconscious chitta level, from one birth to another birth, that I am the body. I am this body-mind complex. So even though this avidya, this ajnana, mithya-jnana is anadi, beginningless, timeless, as it is said, yes, it is timeless, no doubt, Acharya says. But the moment the real jnana dawns, the moment the jnana appears, for the sake of the words, communication, we use the word appearing. The moment the jnana dawns, the realization sets in, what happens? This ignorance, avidya, will automatically gets destroyed. Automatically gets destroyed. So avidya goes away when vidya emerges. What is vidya? Vidya means Brahma Vidya. Vidya means here Atma Vidya. Vidya means Brahmatma Ekatva Jnana. Vidya means Atma Sakshatkara. Vidya means the reality of the self, who I am. I am the self only. I am the Atma Swarupa. I am the Parama Chaitanya. I am the Parabrahma Swarupa. There is only one Vastu. There are no different individual Atma Swarupas in individual bodies. Everything encompasses only one. Ekam eva advitiyam. Brahma Padartha. So I am that Brahma Padartha. I am that Sadvastu. I am not this Asad Vastu. Sat and Asat. Asat means unreal, false. Sat means real, eternal, non-changing. Asat means always in the process of transformation, change, modification, and it will die one day. Asat has appeared, it has to disappear one day. Asat manifested, it has to again be destroyed one day. The body has appeared, it has to go one day. The body is Asat. Along with the body, the mind, Ahankara, Chitta, Buddhi, everything is Asat only. So it is Asad Vastu. Whereas Sadvastu, eternal, constant, all the time, it is beyond the time-space continuum. Desha Kala Avasthege Meeridantaha Sadakala Sarvatra Ekarupavagi Vijramaniyagirattantaha Param Jyoti Swarupanagirattಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಈ ಆತ್ಮವಸ್ತು ತಾನೇ ತಾನಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಬೆಳಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. This Sadvastu is nothing but it is Sat Swarupa, Chit. It is nothing but pure knowledge. Chit Swarupa. Nothing but it is Brahmananda Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa. So that's what Acharya is hinting here. Only once reality is known, then only avidya, this ignorance, is cut. So till that, we continue in this samsara as we are. We are born, we live, we struggle, and then maintain the family, make money, think of the money, always think and think and think and plan and suffer, and one day we die. Again we are reborn in some other family. Same thing will continue, as our Gurudev used to say, always short. He was very fond of short phrases. Never-ending story. Samsara means never-ending story. This is due to ajnana, due to avidya, nescience, mithya-jnana. So, Mahaswamigal, Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamigal, in the Bhashya on the shloka of Shankara Bhagavad-pada, he introduces beautifully the Upanishad Maha Mantras here to explain this. Once the jnana, once Atma Jnana appears, once by the grace of Sadguru or God, you become realized, let us say. you become enlightened. You know your reality. You'll experience firsthand that you are not the body anymore. Then what happens? Then what happens? Ishopanishad says, Mahaswami writes here, taking that Mahamantra. He takes the Mahamantra of the Ishopanishad. Ishopanishad is also called Isha Vasyopanishad. That the Mahamantra is Tatra ko mohaha ko shokaha ekatvam anupashyataha. Tatra ko mohaha ko shokaha ekatvam anupashyataha. When the man of the wisdom, when a jnani, he gets realized in a flash, within a moment by the grace of Sadguru and God, what he sees? He sees always ekatvam anupashyataha. He sees only one vastu, Brahma vastu. He himself is that Brahma Padartha. He himself realizes himself. He is aware of himself. What is that himself? I am this Atma Vastu. In the whole universe, I am the one. I am the one. I am the one. There is no second. Everything comes out inside me, enters into me, and then comes outside in the form of universe. At the time of creation, the whole universe comes out from me only, myself. Capital S, self. At the time of dissolution, Mahapralaya, the entire universe will be imploded and then enter into me. That is a feeling, Brahmananda Sthiti, Atmananda Sthiti, Tejomaya Sthiti. So, Ekatvam Anupashyataha, Upanishad says. Upanishads are Pramanas themselves. Then, in the beginning line of the mantra is, so, a jnani, what happens to him in the worldly life? He lives in the world. No doubt. He lives in the world within the Maya. But he is totally disconnected, totally unmoved. He distances himself from this Maya, phenomenal world, and himself. He knows he is the Atma Swarupa. So, Tatra ko mohaha, ko shokaha, Upanishad says. So, where is the question of moha for him? Where is the question of Maya attacking him? Where is the question of attachment to my own people like that? So there is no attachment for a jnani. Tatra ko mohaha. Where is the attachment? Everybody is same to him. There is no friend or enemy. No, my wife and my children, my kids and kins, everybody is equal, because a jnani will see the same Brahma Padartha everywhere, permeating, pervading in different names and forms. ಜ್ಞಾನೋತ್ಪತ್ತಿಯಾದಾಗ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗೆ ಏನನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸುತ್ತಲೂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಪದಾರ್ಥ ಆತ್ಮವಸ್ತುವೇ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇಡೀ ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆತ್ಮವಸ್ತು, ಆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವಸ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಹೆಸರುಗಳಿಂದ ದೇಹವನ್ನು ಪಡೆದು, ಆಕಾರವನ್ನು ಪಡೆದು ನರ್ತನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ತಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನ. ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆಯವರು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಇರೋದು ಒಂದೇ ವಸ್ತು, ಎಲ್ಲರಲ್ಲೂ ಇರೋದು ಒಂದೇ ವಸ್ತು, ಅದು ನಾನೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಪದಾರ್ಥ ನಾನೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಈ ಭಾವ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೋಹಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಕಾಶ, ಶೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಕಾಶ? ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಮೋಹನೂ ಪಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಶೋಕವನ್ನೂ ಪಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ತತ್ರ ಕೋ ಮೋಹ ಕೋ ಶೋಕ. Neither he grieves, nor he rejoices, nor he is elated, nor he is attached. Totally he is the one Sadvastu. That's all. This is how the Isha Upanishad says. When the jnana attains, what happens? Swami is giving here. Another example, Mahamantra, Mahaswami takes from Chandogya Upanishad. From Chandogya Upanishad, Mahaswami takes another Mahamantra. The Mahamantra of Chandogya Upanishad here is Yatra sarvatvam atmaiva bhut tatra kenakam pashyet. Yatra sarvatvam atmaika bhut tatra kenakam pashyet. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ತಾನೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನೋ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಯೂ ತಾನೇ ತಾನಾಗಿ ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪನಾಗಿ ಇದ್ದಾನೆಯೋ ಅಂತಹ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗೆ ತತ್ರ ಕೇನ ಕಂ ಪಶ್ಯೇತ್, ಆತ ಬೇರೆ ಏನನ್ನೂ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆತನ ಕಣ್ಣು ಜಗತ್ತನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಜನಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಮಹಾಜ್ಞಾನಿ. ಕಿವಿಯಿಂದ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಮೂಸ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಸ್ಪರ್ಶ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ನಿಜ. ಆದರೆ ಆತನಿಗೆ ಅಖಂಡವಾದ ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ವಸ್ತು ಒಂದೇ ಆತನಿಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯ ಜನಗಳು, ಪಶು ಪಕ್ಷಿ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು, ಜಗತ್ತು ಹೊರನೋಟಕ್ಕೆ ಕಂಡ್ರು ಆತನ ಒಳ ದೃಷ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ದಿವ್ಯ ದೃಷ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಯಾವುದು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಸದಾ ಬೆಳಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ವಸ್ತು ಒಂದೇ. ಸೊ ದ ಛಾಂದೋಗ್ಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ ಸೇಸ್ ಯತ್ರ ಸರ್ವತ್ವಂ ಆತ್ಮೈವ ಭೂತ್, when everything has become his own Atma Swarupa, tatra kena kam pashyet. Then where is the question of he seeing the duality, somebody else, something other than him? There is nothing like anything other than him. See, this is the highest state. This is called the unique euphoric state. No English words can explain the Vedantic one concept, one phrase. Vilakshana Brahmananda Sthiti, Vedanta says. What is that Vilakshana Brahmananda Sthiti? A jnani always will be under that state of Vilakshana Brahmananda Sthiti. A unique, unexplainable, unparalleled, a sort of a euphoric state which others cannot even fathom and perceive and understand. How the jnani's mind works, you sitting here with all your knowledge, with all your capability, with all your scientific reasoning power, you cannot decipher what is there in the mind of a jnani. The mind is pure Vishuddha Sattva Guna. Raja, Tama, ordinary Sattva, everything is stabilized in equilibrium. No Rajoguna, no Tamoguna at all. It is Vishuddha Sattva Guna, the buddhi and mind. So what is that state? English words fail here. That is real Brahmananda Sthiti. Nobody can explain that until you are realized by the grace of Sadguru or God. Until the jnana dawns in, until that vidya enters in, then only ajnana, avidya is destroyed. That is the meaning of the shloka. What Acharya said. Anaditvam avidyayah karyasyapi tateshyate utpannayam tu vidyayam avidyakam anadyapi. Even though avidya, jnana, ignorance is beginningless, it will be destroyed. Then Acharya continues. Prabodhe swapnavat sarvam saha moolam vinashyati. Prabodhe swapnavat sarvam saha moolam vinashyati. Anadyapidam no nityam pragabhava iva sputham. Anadyapidam no nityam pragabhava iva sputham. In the next shloka, he continues. Prabodhe swapnavat. Swapnavat prabodhe sarvam sahamulam vinashyati. He gives an example here. Sarvam sahamulam prabodhe swapnavat vinashyati. What does it mean? ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾವುದು? ಸ್ವಪ್ನದ ಕನಸು ಬಿದ್ದಾಗ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲರ ಅನುಭವ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ ಅದು ನಿಜ ನಿಜ ನಿಜ. ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಏನೋ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಏನೋ ಘಟನೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ನಿಜ. ಆ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಚ್ಚರ ಆದ ಕೂಡ್ಲೆ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ನೋಡಿದ್ದು ಕನಸು ಸುಳ್ಳು, ಇದು ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ, ಇದು ಸತ್ಯವಲ್ಲ, ಅಸತ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ? ಸ್ವಪ್ನದಿಂದ ಎದ್ದ ಮೇಲೆ. This example Acharya is giving. As long as you're dreaming any number of sequences, you are responding to the sequences in your dream, you think that you are participating, everything is real, everything is Sat. But once the dream is broken, you wake up in the bed. You know that you are in the bed. So far, you dreamt so many things. Then immediately it will flash to you that all this is only dream I saw just now. Nothing is real. What all I saw in the dream, what all I experienced, everything is unreal. Mithya, not real. It is asat, not sat. It is asat, not sat at all. When you wake up from the dream, Prabodhe swapnavat sarvam sahamulam vinashyati anadi apidam no nityam pragabhava ivasputam. So now next line is important. He gives an example. So just like this avidya, ignorance, ajnana, ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವಿದ್ಯಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ, ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಿದ್ಯ, ಅವಿದ್ಯ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ದೇಹ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವ, ಈ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನು 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 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ನಾನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇಹ. ಈ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬುದ್ಧಿಯಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರುವ ನಾನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇಹ, ಇದು ಅಜ್ಞಾನ. ಈ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಅನಾದಿಯಾಗಿದ್ರು, ಅನಾದಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆದಿಯೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಅನಾದಿಯಾಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ್ಮಗಳಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ರೂ ಸಹ ಇದು ನಿತ್ಯವಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ಇದು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅವಿದ್ಯಾ ನಾಶವಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಅನಾದಿ ಅಪಿ ಇದಂ ನ ನಿತ್ಯಂ ಪ್ರಾಗಭಾವ ಇವ ಸ್ಫುಟಂ. ಪ್ರಾಗಭಾವದಂತೆ ಇದು ನಿತ್ಯವಲ್ಲ, ಅನಾದಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದರೂ ಸಹ ಇದು ನಿತ್ಯವಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. Acharya, in the next line, remember, Anadyapidam no nityam pragabhava ivasputam. Now he is introducing a wonderful, very difficult Vedantic term, pragabhava. Acharya says, even though this avidya, ignorance, what is the ignorance? Ajnana. What is that? False identification. Adhyasa. Adhyasa. What is that? I am the body. My mind and buddhi, along with the me concept, says I am the body. So mind, ego plus buddhi plus body, that is avidya. I am identifying to the body, mind says. So even though this is limitless, timeless, beginningless, anadi, just like pragabhava, it is not eternal. It will be destroyed one day. Just like pragabhava, it is not eternal. Acharya is using the word anadyapidam no nityam pragabhava iva sputam. Pragabhava iva na nityam. That is the point. Now, what is this pragabhava? The Vedantic term in Sanskritam, pragabhava means prak plus abhava. Prak plus abhava. Pragabhava ಅಂದರೆ ಎರಡು ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಸೇರಿ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಶಬ್ದ. ಪ್ರಾಕ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅಭಾವ ಎರಡು ಸೇರಿದರೆ ಪ್ರಾಗಭಾವ, ಸಂಧಿ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ. ಈ ಪ್ರಾಗಭಾವ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ ಅಭಾವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಬಹಳ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸರಳವಾಗಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ ಅಭಾವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಮೊದಲು ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲವೋ ನಮಗೆ ಅದರ ಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅದು ಪ್ರಕಟ ಆದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣೆದುರಿಗೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವ ಹೊರಟೋಗುತ್ತಲ್ವ, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ ಅಭಾವ. ಯಾವ ವಸ್ತು ಮೊದಲು ಇಲ್ಲವೋ ಇದ್ದಕ್ಕಿದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಭಾವನೆ ಹೊರಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾಶ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅಭಾವ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಗಭಾವ. ವಾಟ್ ಡಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್? ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು. Any object, anything which appears in front of you. anything which manifests in front of you, before that, it was not in the existence. You never even dreamt of it. You never even thought of it. It was not there. There was no existence for that object, for that non-existent object. There was no manifested appearance. It was not there. Once it appears, so you will see the object, you will experience the object, then what happens in the mind? So that feeling of non-existence of the object is lost. That feeling of non-existence of the object is lost. In other words, the former non-existence feeling is destroyed. Prakabhava. The former non-existence feeling is destroyed. Prakabhava. How to explain this? Chandrasekhar Mahaswami takes the example of a pot with a compassion for us to understand this. You know, ಮಹಾಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಇದನ್ನು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕುಂಬಾರ ಜೇಡಿ ಮಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ಗಡಿಗೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಪಾತ್ರೆಗಳು, ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಪಾತ್ರೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಲೋಟಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಕುಂಬಾರ. ಈಗ ಜೇಡಿ ಮಣ್ಣಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಬೋಣ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಡಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ ಕಣ್ಣೆದುರಿಗೆ ಮಡಕೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ. ಆ ಕುಂಬಾರ ಮಣ್ಣಿಂದ ಮಡಕೆ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಮಡಕೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನಮಗೇನ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ? ಓಹ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಮಡಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಮೊದಲು ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು, ಇವಾಗ ಇದೆ. ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ ಅಭಾವ. ಮೊದಲು ನಮಗೆ ಕಲ್ಪನೆನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಇದೆ ಅಂತ, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದರ ಅಭಾವ ಇತ್ತು. ಅವನು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡೋ ಮೊದಲು ಮಡಿಕೆ ಅಭಾವ ಇತ್ತು, ಮಡಿಕೆ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಅಭಾವ. ಅದು ಆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ ಅಭಾವ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೋಯಿತು, ನಾಶ ಆಯಿತು? ಮಡಿಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಕುಂಬಾರ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ. ಇದು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ ಅಭಾವಕ್ಕೆ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ. ಇದು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ ಅಭಾವ ಅನಾದಿ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ದರ್ಶನ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ 6 ಸನಾತನ ದರ್ಶನ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ನ್ಯಾಯ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ, ನ್ಯಾಯ ದರ್ಶನ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ನ್ಯಾಯ ದರ್ಶನವನ್ನ ಅನುಮೋದಿಸೋರು ನೈಯಾಯಿಕರು ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು. So the pot made up of clay was not there. It was non-existent in your mind also. You had not seen it. Once the potter gives you a pot made up of clay, what happens? You see the pot. The pot now is manifested. Earlier, it was not manifested. You never even thought of it. You never even imagined. So there was absence of the pot in your mind. There was total absence of the pot in your mind. Once the pot is produced in front of you, it manifested, you hold it, then you see it is a pot, you say, then what happened? That formal non-existence of the pot is destroyed. That is prakabhava, pragabhava. What is pragabhava? The former non-existence of the pot before manifestation, now it is totally destroyed. Totally destroyed. So that is called pragabhava, prakabhava. This is one of the points in explaining the Nyaya Darshana by the Naiyayikas. So this formal non-existence is eternal as per Vedanta. See, the pot is not there in front of you. Since when? Since time immemorial, is it? ಇದು ಅನಾದಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವುದು? ಪ್ರಾಕಭಾವ. ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಗಡಿಗೆ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಬರೋ ಮೊದಲು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. ಅನಾದಿ, ಮೊದಲಿಂದನೂ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಕಾಲದಿಂದನೂ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಬಂತು, ಪ್ರಕಟ ಆಯಿತು. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಗಭಾವ ಅನಾದಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದು ಪ್ರಕಟ ಆದಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಗಭಾವ ನಾಶ ಆಯಿತಷ್ಟೇ. ಹಾಗೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅನಾದ್ಯಪೀದಂ ನೋ ನಿತ್ಯಂ ಪ್ರಾಗಭಾವ ಇವ ಸ್ಫುಟಂ. ಸೊ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಗಭಾವ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನಾದಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಟರ್ನಲ್, this avidya, even though it is anadi, beginningless, this avidya, even though it is anadi or beginningless, timeless, still it is not eternal. It is going to be destroyed. It will be destroyed by the advent of jnana or vidya. So avidya in simple means ignorance, ajnana. Even though it is anadi, it can be destroyed by jnana. At least we will remember like that. Avidya, even though it is eternal, it can be destroyed by jnana. Real vidya, real tattva jnana, real atma sakshatkara, or real brahma jnana. Once the brahma jnana dawns in, once the atma sakshatkara sets in by the grace of Sadguru or God, this avidya automatically is destroyed. This maya bandhana is destroyed. Acharya again continues in the next sloka to hammer this point again and again. Anaderapi vidvamsaha pragabhavasya vikshitaha yad buddhyupadi sambandhat parikalpita atmani. Anaderapi vidvamsaha pragabhavasya vikshitaha yad buddhi upadi sambandhat parikalpita atmani. Anade api vidvamsaha pragabhavasya vikshitaha. So Acharya now says, even this pragabhava, it is timeless, immemorial. That is, what is it? Former non-existence. A pot was not there earlier, since maybe hundreds of years. We don't know, correct? Even though it is anadi, once the pot is produced by a potter, hands it over to you, once you have the pot of clay in your hand, that pragabhava, the former non-existence, will go away. It is destroyed. So even Acharya says, Anaderapi vidvamsaha pragabhavasya vikshitaha yad buddhyupadi sambandhat parikalpita atmani. So even though pragabhava is anadi, it is destroyed. It has been observed. It is destroyed. The pot was not there in our hand earlier. Once a potter gives it, it is there. So the absence of pot, unmanifestation of pot, that point is destroyed the moment you see the pot. ಮೊದಲು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದು? ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಗಡಿಗೆ. ಕೈಗೆ ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಗಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದು ಮೊದಲು ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಗಡಿಗೆ ಅಭಾವ ಅನ್ನೋ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಹೊರಟೋಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಗಭಾವ ಇದ್ರೂ ಸಹ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ನಾಶ ಇದೆ, ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಯದ್ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಉಪಾಧಿ ಸಂಬಂಧಾತ್ ಪರಿಕಲ್ಪಿತ ಆತ್ಮನಿ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಸಂಬಂಧಾತ್ ಪರಿಕಲ್ಪಿತ ಆತ್ಮನಿ, ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮನ ಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯನ್ನ ಅಧ್ಯಾರೋಪ ಮಾಡಿ, ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಅಹಂ ಇವುಗಳನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮನ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಜೋಡಿಸಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಸೇರಿಸಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಆತ್ಮನ ಸುತ್ತಲೂ ಈ ಪರದೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ನಿಜವಾದ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಮುಚ್ಚೋಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. ಸೊ ಯದ್ಬುದ್ಧ್ಯುಪಾಧಿ ಸಂಬಂಧಾತ್ ಪರಿಕಲ್ಪಿತ ಆತ್ಮನಿ. Next line to be added to the shloka, then only it becomes completely fruitful. यद्बुद्धि उपाधि संबंधात् परिकल्पितमात्मनि जीवत्मन ततो अन्यस्तु स्वरूपेण विलक्षणः जीवत्वं ततो अन्यस्तु स्वरूपेण विलक्षणः. So by mistaking identity, by mistaken identity, by false imposition, the Jiva Bhava is imagined. The Jiva Bhava is imagined, superimposed on the Atma. So, Acharya is making one point clear. So, the Anaditva of or the Ajnana and its destruction is established. And the Jiva Bhava is an imagined false entity or identification on the Atma Swarupa itself. Yad buddhi upadhi sambandhat parikalpita atmani jivatmam na tato anyastu swarupena vilakshanaha. So the next sloka to be continued, to be added here. Then only the meaning becomes very clear. Jivatvam na tato anyastu swarupena vilakshanaha sambandastvat atmano buddhya mithya jnana purassaraha. जीवत्वं न ततो अन्यस्तु स्वरूपेण विलक्षणः सम्बन्धस्त्वात् आत्मनो बुद्ध्या मिथ्या ज्ञान पुरस्सरः. So it means this Jiva Bhava is superimposed. It is not real. Jivatva means Jiva, Jivatva, Jivatma. What is the Jiva, Jivatva, Jivatma? Acharya is repeatedly talking. Your reality, your self-shining Atma Vastu is completely covered or masked by our own buddhi, our own mind, our own ahankar. It is repeatedly saying that I am the body, I am the body, I am the body. So this Jiva Bhava is a mithya jnana. This jivatva bhava itself is a mithya jnana. It is a false identification. It is a pseudo identification. It is superimposed on the Atma Vastu by Bhranti, delusion, ignorance, ajnana. So these are the points to remember here. Sambandastvatmano buddhya mithya jnana purassaraha. So it is a mithya jnana, false identification. So this, due to upadhi, we have falsely identified that I am the body. Please always remember, what is mithya jnana, what is ajnana, what is avidya. Repeatedly Vedanta is talking, all Mahatmans are talking on this. See, my folly is, my mistaken identity is, I always think I am the body. I think means what? My mind, my intellect, and my ego, that is myself, all three put together, the Antakarana complex, Chitta is also included there. Now it believes that this physical body is itself. Antakarana totally believes that this physical body is itself. And by that it has completely covered, completely masked the Atma Swarupa, the reality. The reality. The real Atma, the self-shining Atma, Nishkalanka, Shuddha Buddha Nitya Swarupa, Nishkriya, Nishkalanka, Nishkala, Atma Vastu has been totally covered, totally masked. That is Mithya Jnana. By Ajnana, by ignorance, I am thinking, I means my mind, my buddhi totally identifies with the body. My ego, aham, identifies with the body. That is ahankara. All the three put together. So this has covered the reality in our psyche. What is in the heart cave, pulsating all the time, is the real knowledge, real Sat Chit Ananda Swarupa. That is Parama Chaitanya. That is the cosmic force. That is Atma Vastu. That is Brahma Vastu. That is Brahma Padartha. That is Bhagavanta. You can say that is Paramatma. You can say all these words. All these words are used to denote what cannot be explained. All these words are trying to explain about reality. In really, it cannot be explained. In really, it cannot be explained. Acharya is so compassionate. He is giving this information in the magnum opus called Viveka Choda. So Acharya here, Mahaswamigal, Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamigal, now to explain this in the shloka, he takes a beautiful example of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita itself. In the second chapter, there is a beautiful, very enigmatic shloka. Second chapter, Bhagavad Gita. Wonderful. It looks so simple. Very, very, very difficult. Only a Uttam Adhikari can understand that. What is the shloka? Only the first line I will narrate. Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha. The first line. Second chapter. Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamigal quotes this shloka as an explanation to this Acharya shloka here. That is the shloka here, 200 and 201. Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha. That means what? It's so simple. Na sataha vidyate bhavaha. Na asat vidyate bhavaha. Na bhavo vidyate sataha. Sataha abhava na vidyate. Asataha bhava na vidyate. That is how interpretations. That means what? Our Gurudev is in very simple English in Science of Bhagavad Gita has mentioned this. All Mahatmans have said. Our Gurudev's wordings are so simple here. Na sate vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha. Our Gurudev says, the unreal has no existence. The real does not become non-existent. See, look at the simple play of words. Our Gurudev writes, the unreal has no existence at all. The real does not become non-existent. So this shloka Mahaswamigal takes here to convey the meaning of prag-abhava, praga-bhava. Not exactly, it is as a corollary, he quotes this in his bhashyam, detailed bhashyam, taking this shloka. How Lord Krishna mentions there. As an example, he takes the shloka here. So, things appear real for us, but actually it is unreal. Because what the world appears real will not remain in the same way. It will be modified, it will change, transform and die one day. You take our own life, our own body, how I was a young kid, and I don't know how I was in the mother's womb for 9 months. I don't remember what I was doing a 1 year old, 6 months old child. I don't remember when I was 2 year old, 3 year old child. Maybe I remember small glimpses of my as a child, 4 year, 5 year, how I was doing and walking and whatever it is. ನಮಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹುಟ್ಟಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಚಿಕ್ಕವರಿದ್ದಾಗ, ತಾಯಿಯ ಗರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ, 1 ವರ್ಷ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, 6 ವರ್ಷದ ಮಗು ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಬೇರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ನಾವು ಹೀಗಿದ್ವಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೆಳೀತಾ 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 ದೇಹ ಬೆಳೀತು, ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಬೆಳೀತು, ಆಕಾರ ಬೆಳೀತು, ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ವೃದ್ಧಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬಂತು. ದೇಹ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಹೋಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಅದು ಯೌವನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂತು, ಕೊನೆಗೆ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಯಿತು, ವೃದ್ಧಾಪ್ಯ ಬಂತು. ಕಣ್ಣು ಕಾಣಲ್ಲ, ಕಿವಿ ಮಂಜಾಗಿದೆ, ಕಣ್ಣು ಮಂಜಾಗಿದೆ, ಕಿವಿ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಹಲ್ಲು ಬಿದ್ದು ಹೋಗಿದೆ, ನಡಿಯಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಸುಸ್ತು, ಹಾಸಿಗೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಲ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಕೋಲ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಡಿಬೇಕು. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ವೃದ್ಧಾಪ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಮರಣ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ದೇಹಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ರಿಯಲ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಸತ್ಯ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತಿದೆ, ನಾಳೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಅನ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ನೋ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಈ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ, ನಾಸತೋ ವಿದ್ಯತೆ ಭಾವೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ. ನಾ ಭಾವೋ ವಿದ್ಯತೆ ಸದಾ. ದ ರಿಯಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ನೋ ನಾನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ನೋಡಿ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕ, ದ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ರಿಮೈನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಅಂತ. ಆತ್ಮವಸ್ತು ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್. ಯುವರ್ ಆತ್ಮವಸ್ತು ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ವೆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮದರ್ಸ್ ಹೋಮ್, or when you are 5-year-old, or when you are 10-year-old, or 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 60 years, it is the same Atmavastu. There is no change, no transformation. It is always eternal. So this shloka, Mahaswamigal is explaining in detail as a corollary to the Pragabhava. Anade api vidvamsaha Pragabhavasya vikshitaha. Even though this Pragabhava is beginningless, it is destroyed. It is not real. To explain that, he uses this Bhagavad Gita shloka. Then Acharya continues, Vinivrittir bhavettasya samyak jnanena nanyatha brahmatmaikatva vijnanam samyak jnanam shruter matam. विनिवृत्तिर्भवेत्तस्य सम्यक् ज्ञानेन नान्यथा ब्रह्मात्मैकत्वविज्ञानं सम्यक् ज्ञानं श्रुतेर्मतम्. Acharya, in the second line of the shloka, gives an affirmative adesha or upadesha for us, all of us. What he says in the second line, we'll take that first. Brahmatma ekatva vijnanam samyak jnanam Shruter matam. Acharya firmly he establishes here in this second line of the shloka. Shruter matam. Upanishads declare, Acharya says, all Mahatmans, all our Rishi Munis, all Siddha Purushas, all great Mahatmans, Brahmajnanis know one point very well. Upanishads are self, themselves are the proof, pramana. There is nothing beyond the Upanishad to prove that Upanishads are right. Whatever Upanishads say, it is always true. Swayam Pramana, Vedanta says. Whatever is in Upanishad, Swayam Pramana. When they declare the truth only. So Upanishads means Jnana itself. Upanishad means Gopaniya Rahasya Jnana itself. Upanishad means Atma Darshana itself. So, Shruter matam, Acharya says. What is that? Upanishads declare vehemently, unequivocally. Acharya ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಎರಡನೇ ಲೈನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರುತೇರ್ ಮತಂ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತುಗಳು ಘಂಟಾಘೋಷವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾತ್ಮೈಕತ್ವ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಂ ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನಂ. ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮ ಏಕತ್ವ ಜ್ಞಾನವೇ ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಂತ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತುಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇವೆ. ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ರಿಯಲ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಆಫ್ ನೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಓನ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ. ಇನ್ ಅದರ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರ ಇನ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. Samyak jnana in simple means Brahma Sakshatkar. Knowing who I am, knowing my reality. In Vedanta, this is called Samyak jnana. So, Samyak jnana means Shrutis, Upanishads say that Brahmatma ekatva vijnanam Samyak jnanaha. Brahmatma ekatva vijnanam samyak jnanaha. So that is the point Acharya is making here. What is that? The real Brahmajnana samyak jnana means Brahmatma ekatva jnana. Brahmatma ekatva jnana means Samyak jnana. So Acharya says, Shrutis declare that Brahma Atma Ekatva Jnana means Samyak Jnana. So what does it mean? Brahma Vastu, Brahma Padartha plus the Atma, Pratyagatma, Atma Vastu inside the body. Brahma Atma Ekatva Jnana. Both are one and the same. So the Paramatma, Bhagavanta, Ishvara as we call, God as we call, and the Atma inside, my own Atma inside, the self, they are both one and the same. One and the same. Brahma Atma Ekatva Jnana. Brahma Atma Ekatva Vijnana Samyak iti Samyak Jnanaha. This is how the Shrutis declare, Acharya says. There is a second line of the shloka. So the first line of the shloka is Vinivrittir bhavetasya samyak jnanena nanyatha na anyatha nanyatha. Vinivrittir bhavetasya samyak jnanena nanyatha. Asya vinivritti bhavet means only when this ajnana, false identification that I am the body is gone, unless this ajnana is gone, how? By samyak jnana. So this false identification goes away, ajnana goes away only by samyak jnana, na anyatha, not by any other method. Andre Acharya ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ವಿನಿವೃತ್ತಿರ್ ಭವೇತ್ತಸ್ಯ ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನೇನ ನಾನ್ಯಥ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಉಪಾಯದಿಂದ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಈ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಮಿಥ್ಯಾಜ್ಞಾನ, ನಾನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇಹ ಅಂತ, ಅದು ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಈ ಮಿಥ್ಯಾಜ್ಞಾನ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಅದು ಎರಡನೇ ಲೈನ್. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾತ್ಮೈಕತ್ವ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಂ ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನಂ ಶ್ರುತೇರ್ಮತಂ. ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಶಿಷ್ಯ, ಆತ್ಮ ಬೇರೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವಸ್ತು ಬೇರೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಬೇರೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆತ್ಮವಸ್ತು ಬೇರೆಯಲ್ಲ. ನಿನ್ನೊಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಸದ್ವಸ್ತು, ನಿನ್ನೊಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಆತ್ಮವಸ್ತು ಅದೇ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ವಸ್ತು. ಈ ಆತ್ಮವೇ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ವಸ್ತು, ಎರಡೂ ಒಂದೇ, ಬೇರೆ ಅಲ್ವೇ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಈ ವಿವೇಕ ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಾಗ, ನೇರವಾಗಿ ನಿನಗೆ ಅರಿವಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ. ಈ ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಉಂಟಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ. ವಿನಿವೃತ್ತಿರ್ ಭವೇತ್ತಸ್ಯ. ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ತೊಲಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಬಹಳ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಬೈ ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ದಿ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ, ignorance goes away, it is destroyed. Avidya is destroyed, Maya is destroyed only by samyak jnana. With Guru Sankalpa, today's discourse is being closed with a very short Rama bhajan. Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Namo Bhagavate Virashvara.
Hari Om. Hari Om. Beautiful discourse, sir. We will have to revisit this many times. At least me.
Now, don't cut this part also in the YouTube. You add these things for the posterity. People will understand the importance.
Sure.
I should not. It's so difficult, Kailash ji. It is so difficult. I don't know how I am doing justice to Mahaswamigala Bhashya, the commentary of Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswami.
Amazing. We are so blessed, sir. We are so blessed.
I keep saying that I am a dust particle.
There will be
Hari Om.
nothing left to describe us. Thank you,
I
sir.
hope.
Hari Om.
Thank you. Hari Om.